Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing a Lorac Get Ready with you guys, and this is really kind of an experimental day. I've been playing a lot with the Lorac Pro palette this week as I got started with my Pan That Palette challenge, and I don't know, some of the things that I'm doing are a little bit different. Like I have lashes on today, which I don't normally do, so that's different. So they might look a little bit off. I tried wing liner with my powder eyeshadow and that was different, and my wings don't exactly match, but you know what? I figured the best thing about this challenge is that it's all about experimentation, and so I get a chance to really play with the different colors that I wouldn't normally go with, and I get to try out some different things. So in this tutorial, I show you guys how I've been using a couple of different colors in different ways. So I've been using it in brows, like as a highlight, some of the things that I've been doing just as an experiment and playing with them. So specifically during this one, I'm using on the lid basically light pink and slate, so these two colors, and mixing those together to make slate a little less dramatic. I use mauve, I use nude, I use white, garnet, espresso, black. So it's just, you know, a mixture of things, different ways to use some of these colors than I normally would, I guess, so different ways that I'm playing with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the Get Ready with me. Alright, so I have already done my face makeup, like my foundation, my concealer, and my powder so far. I didn't do like my blush or contour or anything like that. It just moves a little bit faster if we're focusing on the eyes and the other things we could do with the Lorac Pro palette. It just makes it a little bit quicker. So if you're ever curious about seeing what that foundation routine is, I can do that. Just leave me a comment or like this video, let me know that. But generally, the focus for this one is just how I'm using the Lorac Pro and an eye look that I really liked that I didn't expect to. So I am going to start with my brows next, because that's usually what I do in my eye makeup look. What I've been doing with brows since I started using the Lorac Pro palette is that I just go in with a flat angled eyeliner brush, and I've been using the color Taupe here and using that for my brows, which actually isn't too bad of a match for me. I sometimes still need to go in with like my YBF eyebrow pencil a little bit and fix them just a little bit more, because this doesn't do the best job at filling in everything. But it doesn't do too bad, honestly, and I think it's a nice way to use this color. And then I always comb them out just a little bit. If there's anything else that needs filling in, I kind of look at it. It's looking okay. So then I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia brow gel in Auburn and set all of that. So even if the taupe is just a little bit too light, the brow gel takes care of that, and then it's not too light anymore, so it works out okay. Sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed with this brow gel, but whatever, it's fine. Okay. Now I'm going to go in and do my eyes. So I am going to start with priming my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Eden. This is one of the samples that I'm working on in one of my Finish It Up projects. I can't remember which one. They're all jumbling together in my brain right now. I run this all the way all over my lid and up to my brow to set all the colors there. Next up, I'm going to go in with two different bases. So this first one is the Color Tattoo in Inked in Pink, and I'm going to run that over pretty much all of my eyelid. These are starting to dry out just a little bit. I've had these for a while, so I need to get more use out of them before they dry out completely. Or if you guys have tips on how to revive these, let me know that in the comments. I would love to know that. And then just for a little pop of something different, I'm going in with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Pomegranate Punk. And I think I watched somebody, I think it was Love Heatherette today, that was using this one, and she said this was discontinued, which I didn't know. But this one is getting rather dried out, so I probably need to get rid of this one soon if I can't figure out a way to revive it. But this I'm just putting in the outer corners of my eyelids, just to kind of define that a little bit more and give it a different pop of color. So the next thing that I'm going to do is something that I hadn't really thought about that much, and I kind of just didn't remember until somebody mentioned that it's a really good idea to layer these eyeshadows, especially the darker ones that you don't think that you're going to like as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with Slate, which is like this dark gunmetal gray color here, and I'm going to lay that down first on top of this pink eyeshadow base. And I'm not going to lay it down really heavy-handedly necessarily. I'm going to kind of, well, that was really kind of a mess, but that's fine. I'm going to just kind of lay it down all over the lid. And this is actually just going to be the first shade because I'm going to put something on top of it so it's not as dark, because I just don't do dark eye looks that often. And so I found this was a better way for me to try to use up this slate color. So it's slightly a mess. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of it in blending. I don't think it's coming across as dark on camera as it looks in person, but that's okay. So anyway, so that's slate down first, and I'm not going to worry about it being a mess right now. It's like really not blended well or anything, but the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with light pink, and I'm going to layer that on top of the slate color. Alright, so that makes it a lot less dramatic. It's still more dramatic than I normally do. It's pretty dramatic for me anyway, but it makes it more of a purpley tone rather than just like a straight up gray. Then the next thing I'm going to do, oh, I haven't been noting the brushes that I've been using. Anyway, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with a Sigma tapered blending brush. This is an E35, and I'm going to use the color Mauve right here. And I'm going to use that to blend out the crease. This is one of my all-time favorite crease colors, so this is probably one of the ones that's going to get used up first in this palette, I think, as I'm doing my Pan That Palette Challenge. Next, I'm going to go in with Espresso here, which is just a dark brown, and layer that into the outer corner and the crease a little bit. I may play with Garnett just a little bit today. Something a little bit different. I haven't played with that one too much yet. Why not? We're going to try Garnett. We're going to see how that looks in the outer corner too. Why not? So I'm going to call that good for now. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my brow bone. So I'm just going to go in with my finger and the color white and lay that underneath my eyebrow. And then the last thing that I'm going to do before I put on any eyeliner is that I'm going to go in with the color Nude here. And again, I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm going to run this around the inner third of my lid just to lighten it up a little bit more. And then down into the inner tear duct. Inner tear duct? Into the tear duct. And then I'm just going to blend that out with my finger a little bit. Alright, so that is it for the eye look itself. I feel like the nude color helps brighten it up quite a bit. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this eyeliner. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes in the color 10? 0L? I don't know. I'm just going to run this along the top lash line, and I'm not going to wing it out or anything. The next thing that I've been doing that's a little bit different for me is that I've been setting my liner with this black shadow, which is just called black. And I've been winging it out slightly, which I don't usually do, and I'm not very good at it. I'm not gonna pretend like I am. But I really like the effect that it's been giving, honestly. It just is a little extra pop, but it's not so harsh. Whenever I tried to do wings with liquid liner, I would always screw it up, but it would always look weird. But this can look a little less harsh and a little gentler, and it just adds a little extra something. I don't know. I like it. I probably won't do it very often during the week once school starts back up, honestly, because I won't have the time. But for right now, on the weekends at least, it's fun to play with. One side looks way better than the other, but whatever, it's fine. I'm actually going to blend that out just a touch since it looks a little bit insane in that way. It looks like I intentionally did it that way and it's not meant to look crazy, right? This wing is way bigger than this one. This is why I don't usually do winged eyeliner, because I'm not very good at it. But, you know, it's an experiment. That's what part of this challenge is playing with new things, right? Yeah, I did it way better yesterday, but whatever. Okay, anyway, that's the principle of it at least. This is why I don't do winged eyeliner, because then I'm never happy with it and then I'm gonna fuss with it forever. Okay, whatever, good enough. So the principle behind it though is that it's winged, but it's a little bit less dramatic than if I did liquid liner, but there's something there. I'm probably gonna put false eyelashes on today just because I'm playing with my makeup, and why not? And that way it's less noticeable that I screwed that up. Okay, anyway, so the next step that I'm gonna do, I'm still working on trying to use up my jewel eyeliner from NYX that was in my Finish 6 by Christmas. So I'm going to line my lower lash line first with this Nude Scandaleyes liner from Rimmel, just in the waterline here. And then I'm going to run Jewel on the lower lash line. And just for kicks, I'm going to take Garnett on my Sigma pencil brush, the E30, and run that in the outer corner. And then take Mauve again and put that in the inside. And then just a touch more of Nude in the inner corner here. So that is pretty much the finished eye look except for mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and put mascara on. I don't think I'm going to put, maybe I'll put false lashes on here. We'll see. I'm going to use Maybelline, the Rocket Volume Express first. Then I'm going to go in with this Mirenesse iCurl. I don't know, I got this in one of my Birch boxes. I'm not super impressed by it, but whatever. Next up are cheeks, and I'm going to contour first. I've been using my NARS Laguna bronzer all over the face. That's one of my products that I'm trying to use up. I don't know that I love it. It might be causing me to break out, honestly. I've been breaking out pretty bad, which is part of the reason I did my face makeup early as well. Next up, I'm using my Stila Convertible Cheek and Lip Trio, and I'm still using the color Lilium. Then I'm going to go in with the NARS Blush in Orgasm, which is the other part of my duo, that one. And I've actually been layering this blush. I put on the cream and then I put on this one, and then I've been just playing with other ones on top of it, just to play, because why not? So I'm going to use Tarte Exposed, which is just like a natural color pretty much. And I just lay that on top. Then I'm going to highlight. I'm going to start off with my Benefit What's Up highlighter, which is just a cream, kind of champagne-y highlight. And then blend that in with my fingers. And I've actually been using Nude to highlight on my face as well. So I just use my little Real Techniques contour brush and tap it in there gently. I actually usually tap it just a tad on the palette as well so that it doesn't look too intense. So I just run that where I just ran the cream highlight. I don't know, looks okay, I think. Last thing are lips, and since the eyes are way more dramatic than I normally go, I am going to go for a nude lip today. So I'm going to use first the Milani Color Statement Lipstick in Nude Cream. And then for a little pop of pink, I'm going to go over with the Posy Balm from Benefit. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is use a gloss, the Urban Decay Lip Junkie in Midnight Cowboy. Alright, and that is pretty much it. So I'm going to go finish getting ready, and then I will come back. So this is it for my finished look. I did go ahead and put on false lashes, which I almost never do, so they might look a little wonky, but you know what? It's a fun experimentation day, so whatever. But overall, the eye look itself, I really, really like. When I get better at the wings, I think that'll help a little bit, but I've been liking the look of the shadow winged liner because it's a little less harsh, a little less dramatic. I can experiment with it and mess up a little bit, and it's not as bad as if I were using liquid liner. So that's just, you know, something I'm playing with. Meh. Not great, not terrible. But anyway, so if you're struggling with how to use Slate, this is a great way to use it up but make it a little bit softer. It's still definitely more dramatic than I normally go, for sure, but I think this is a wearable look. This is something that I could wear, you know, out and not feel weird about it. Like some of the dark shades, I feel like it would be kind of off if I used them. So like, you know, Slate is definitely not one that I would normally reach for, but I'm going to find a way to use it because that's my goal. So I might play with Slate a little bit more here as I'm getting started, and that way I don't have to deal with it later, and that way it's just good to go. But if you're struggling with how to use it, this is definitely a good way to do it, I think. It's, you know, for me anyway, who doesn't usually go dramatic, it's something that's a little bit more dramatic but not super intensely dramatic. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any great Lorac looks that you've been doing recently, I would love to see those in the comments below. One of my favorite things about doing this Pan That Palette challenge is that we're going to be connecting and sharing how to use these colors and how to share them, which I think will be great. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.